A lot of times in the world of PC gaming or PC enthusiasm, what is a word? A lot of times in the world of PCs and desk setups, there is a lot of focus on headsets. Gaming headsets, headphones, DACs, amps, studio monitors, bookshelf speakers, all these different fancy schmancy things that are going to cost you hundreds of dollars to put sound into your ears from your computer. Well, maybe you're like me and you're on a budget, you don't care about all those high-end speakers out there. I've never been one to spend a lot of money on PC speakers. I rather spend that kind of money on headphones or gaming headsets. So when it comes to regular speakers that I've been using for my setup, previously I was using the Creative Pebble speakers. They're only about 20 bucks on Amazon. You see them a lot of times on r/battle stations. You've probably seen them yourself. When you use headphones a lot but you want PC speakers so that you can just listen to music or videos on YouTube like The Portly Gamer or some casual gaming, but you don't want to put on headphones at the time to isolate yourself from the rest of the world, maybe you need to hear if your grandma falls down in the other room, you want to at least be able to hear her through your gunshots in Call of Duty in style, right? Well, budget PC speakers are great for stuff like that, and thanks to the good folks at Elegiant, I have now upgraded from the Creative Pebble to their Elegiant 2.1 stereo system. It doesn't really have like a flashy name that I can just tell you what it is. In fact, you know what? Let's read the Amazon name. On Amazon, these are computer speakers, Elegiant 2.1 desktop speakers, Bluetooth 5.0, USB PC speakers with powerful down-firing subwoofer and far-field drivers, multimedia speaker system, 10-watt power for PCs, tablets, laptops. TM. Joking aside, between $30 to $40, these speakers are no joke. Obviously, if you're an audiophile, you're probably not going to fall in love with these, but you're also maybe not watching this video because if you're an audiophile, you're probably already really particular and have what you want. But if you're looking for some budget speakers for your PC, a laptop, or even plugging into a gaming monitor to plug in your PS5 that you can't find, this is probably something worth looking at. Inside the box, you'll receive a manual, a left speaker and a right speaker, the central subwoofer speaker, which also has all the controls for the device, and that's basically it. I mean, what more did you need? It's speakers. I should mention that this is also powered via USB, so you do need to plug it either into your computer and have your computer on to use it, or plug it into a power brick that you have laying around at home. I just have it plugged into an old Apple charger, for example, and it works great. It has 2.1 stereo with the left and right speaker and the central speaker, which serves as more of a subwoofer. You plug the central speaker into the power, and then you plug the audio plug into either your monitor or your laptop or your PC, and the left and right speakers are connected to the central speaker via USB that you plug into the output port in the back of the central speaker. There's a power button at the top, a mode button below that to switch between auxiliary and Bluetooth. Auxiliary, of course, being the 3.5mm jack that you plug into your computer, and Bluetooth being Bluetooth. And then below that are a left and right track changing button. The left and right speakers each have 5-watt drivers, and the central speaker again is a subwoofer, which sounds okay. There is some bass in there, but it's not going to blow your mind as far as bass goes. Now, the USB port on the top is used for what is called a U-disc, which I had to look up while making this video. It says in the manual and on the Amazon page specifically that this is for a U-disc. Essentially, you put music onto the U-disc and plug it into the USB on the back, and you can just play directly from there on the speaker, and you can use the track skipping buttons on the speaker to change songs. There is apparently a difference between a U-disc and a USB flash drive. I don't know if you still can just use a flash drive with songs on it. I don't have a flash drive with any music on it because this is not 1998, but hey, switching to Bluetooth really is as easy as pressing that mode button. The speaker will beep and the light will turn blue. As long as you have your Bluetooth connected and on whatever device you're connecting to, it should connect within just a few seconds and you're set, all ready to go. Note that you cannot use Bluetooth and auxiliary at the same time, so if you're hoping to have some Bluetooth audio coming out of the speakers as well as having audio come out of your computer at the same time, it's not going to work. You got to pick one or the other. The Bluetooth works really well. It sounds good, it sounds clear, and there's really no loss of signal or clarity in comparison to the auxiliary mode. If for whatever reason you need to take your phone with you away, but you still want your music blasting in the other room, I did a little bit of testing in that regard. I went off to the other room with my phone in my pocket, connected and playing music via Bluetooth, and there was no drop in quality, no break, no interruption. The speakers are angled at 45 degrees, so if you have them sitting flat on your desk, they're going to be pointed directly up toward you for the best sound. You have a large volume knob at the top, and then treble and bass knobs below that. Admittedly, the audio quality is lacking and flat if you have the treble and bass all the way down. I think that's going to be kind of true for any kind of speaker that has these options. If you're able to adjust the treble and bass, it's not going to sound great. That's what equalizers are for. So essentially, it has like a built-in physical EQ that you can adjust to your liking. Personally, I felt like I got the best sound as far as what I listened to when I just turned both those suckers all the way up. You are able to adjust them to your liking, but for me, it felt like when I had either one of them maybe like in the middle, and then one of them either maxed out or all the way down, it felt like the audio would range from sounding like old-time radio and tinny to just sounding maybe like it was like a muffled, like it kind of sounded like in movies when they make music or dialogue sound muffled like it's supposed to be in the next room. Strangely, it kind of sounded like that sometimes. Now, I do have a comparison here. Now, I've already listened back to this, and it's not going to be a great representation at all as far as how clear these speakers actually do sound, so don't really go off of this for how clear the speakers are. This is more to give you a rough idea of how different the audio sounds depending on the treble and bass. Maybe it's a new smartphone or a new graphics card, or for me personally, a good example would be the Nintendo Switch. Well, with most of the keyboards I've reviewed on this channel, that is until I unboxed Drop's newest keyboard, the Enter. A huge thank you to Drop for sending this keyboard as well. Again, this is awesome. On with the review. If you're not familiar with Drop, formerly Mass Drop, the unboxing experience itself is almost theatrical in its presentation compared to most of the other unboxings I've done. There's a pull tab in the box underneath the keyboard. So yeah, again, probably not the greatest representation for how the speakers actually sound, but I hope that gave you some kind of impression of what you might expect. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, I recommend just turning the treble and bass all the way up and enjoying it like that. And if you feel like fiddling with those knobs, if you feel like messing with the knobs and getting maybe just a different sound that sounds better for you, then there you go. You have the freedom and the range to do that. And again, this will probably vary depending on if you're listening to different kinds of music or spoken word or playing games. So would I recommend these speakers? Yes, I would say if you are looking for something budget friendly, but you want that extra oomph of having a wider range of that 2.1 sound with the adjustable bass and treble, you want that Bluetooth functionality that works really well and is reliable, you can easily connect and disconnect. I'd say for $30, this is a tough set of speakers to beat. Speaker reviews are tricky for YouTube, especially for me who doesn't really do a lot of audio products with the exception of like microphones, so I hope I did my best to tell you guys and show you guys just what these speakers are like. Don't take my word for it though, you guys should feel free to check them out on your own. They're only 30 bucks, so if you're looking for a budget price around that range for speakers, hey, there you go, check them out. There's a link in the description below. It's probably going to be an affiliate link so you guys can check it out and help support the channel. As for that, I'm good here, I'm done, I'm all set. It's the day after Thanksgiving. It's the day after Thanksgiving as far as recording this video, and I am still quite full of various types of meats and carbohydrates. So I'm gonna go now and drink a lot of water. And make sure you drink a lot of water yourselves. Take care of yourselves, be safe, treat each other with respect and love and care this holiday season, and every season thereafter. I have to go now, before I keep babbling like I usually do. If you like this video, you can check out my Razer Nomo unboxing and comparison that I did a long time ago. It's not great, but it's there. And you can check this out, it's something else. I'm out. Bye. I bumped the microphone with my arm.
You're so cringy sometimes.